I always loved hiking in the woods, but I never expected to find myself in such a nightmare. It was supposed to be a simple day trip, just me and my backpack, exploring a new trail that I had heard about from a friend. He said it was beautiful and peaceful, with a clear stream and a waterfall at the end. He also warned me not to stray from the path, as the forest was dense and confusing. He said there were rumors of strange things happening in the woods, but I didn't pay much attention to them. I thought he was just trying to scare me. I wish I had listened to him. I started my hike early in the morning, following the trail markers and enjoying the fresh air and the sounds of nature. The forest was indeed stunning, with tall trees and colorful flowers, and I felt a sense of wonder and adventure. I took some pictures with my phone and texted them to my friend, who replied with emojis of admiration and envy. He asked me how far I had gone, and I told him I was almost at the waterfall. He said he was happy for me and reminded me to be careful. I reached the waterfall around noon, and it was breathtaking. The water cascaded down from a high cliff, forming a rainbow in the sunlight. I sat on a rock and ate my lunch, feeling relaxed and content. I decided to take a nap before heading back, as I still had plenty of time before dark. That was my mistake. I don't know how long I slept, but when I woke up, everything had changed. The sky was overcast and gloomy, and the air was cold and damp. The waterfall looked different too, darker and more menacing. I checked my phone and saw that it had no signal and low battery. I felt a surge of panic and quickly packed my backpack. I had to get out of there as soon as possible. I followed the trail markers back the way I came, hoping to find my way out of the forest. But something was wrong. The trail seemed longer and more twisted than before, and the trees looked unfamiliar. I didn't recognize any of the landmarks that I had seen on my way in. It was like I was in a different forest altogether. I started to run, feeling a sense of dread and urgency. The forest seemed to close in on me, blocking out the light and muffling the sounds. I felt like I was being watched by unseen eyes and heard whispers and growls from behind the bushes. I tried to ignore them and focus on finding the exit, but they grew louder and more threatening. I don't know how long I ran, but it felt like an eternity. The trail never ended, and the forest never changed. It was like I was trapped in a loop, doomed to wander forever in this hellish place. I started to lose hope and sanity, wondering if this was some kind of punishment for my arrogance and curiosity. Then I saw it. A clearing in the forest with a wooden sign that read, "Welcome to the Mysterious Forest." It was the same sign that I had seen at the entrance of the trail, but now it looked old and rotten, covered with moss and blood. It was a cruel joke, a mockery of my situation. I screamed in frustration and anger, kicking the sign with all my strength. It fell to the ground with a thud, revealing something behind it, a pile of bones, human bones. They were scattered all over the clearing, some still with flesh and clothes on them. They were the remains of other hikers who had ventured into this forest and never came out. They were like me. They were me. I realized then that this was not a forest. It was a trap that lured unsuspecting travelers with promises of beauty and peace, only to devour them alive. A trap that fed on their fear and despair. A trap that had no escape. I collapsed on the ground, sobbing uncontrollably. I knew it was over for me. There was no way out of this nightmare. I closed my eyes and waited for death to come.